Hey guys, welcome back to the Wix Sampler tutorial series. Today we're working on the home page again, and I'm going to make changes to this slider that was included in the theme. So we're going to go over some different ways you can easily edit a slider and options that are available. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead now, go down there, click on the button. I'll give you a second, hit subscribe so you can get future videos, and then when you get a chance, go back and watch our past videos. Okay, so let's get started on our slider. So if I click on this full width slideshow that's in here, you can see we have slide 1 of 2. So here's what 1 looks like. Here's what 2 looks like. So really easy to make changes to a slide. You can do anything in a slide that you can do elsewhere in the website. One thing to just pay attention to here is the size of your content. So let's go ahead and edit this, and then I will show you what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and let's just change this to the easiest content management system on the market. Okay, did you see what happened? Down below, everything bumped down because we made our content bigger. So now that changes the size of the slide, but it doesn't only change the size of this slide, it changes the size of all the slides. So let's go look at slide 2. So you can see now we have a bunch of empty space at the bottom of slide 2. So just keep in mind when you're designing content for slides to keep the amount of content equal on all of your slides, or adjust for the space somehow and even things out. You don't want a bunch of empty space on one slide and a full slide for the next one. So that was one easy way to just go ahead. We can just click on another text here and edit. Let's just change this to Wix. Make it easy. Okay, so now we've got a few things that bumped around. So let's go back for one of our previous things we learned was how to group an item. So super easy again. You just hit your, I press Control key, or you can do Command if you're on a Mac. And you just go through, hold down that Control key with one finger, and then click on the others and add them all together. So now you can take all 4 of these elements and group them together. So I think they're a little far down the page. I want to move them up the page. So I can go over here. Here's our toolbar. And you can see we've got position again. And let's go ahead and just move it up the page. So this is how many pixels it is down from the top of the page. Let's go ahead and make this 3025. I'm thinking maybe a little more still. Let's just try 3000 and see what it looks like. So I think that looks good. And we can even maybe slide this up a little bit. Just make it a little bit smaller. Kind of have an even space from the top and the bottom. So maybe even just a titch smaller. That's probably good. Now let's go look at our next slide. So slide 2. So you can see those changes got rid of a little bit of the white space at the bottom. Let's go make some more changes here. Let's just change this to custom coding. Let's actually just change it to Velo by Wix. And let's edit this and put create advanced custom code with Velo by Wix. And you can see now it's kind of bumped it out. And so we've got things a little bit more of the same size. But I don't like how this is lined out, really. So let's maybe either change up the wording or make our box bigger. So let's go take out the D, create advanced custom coding. Let's custom code. Let's do that. Okay, so now we've still got empty space at the bottom. But we can go ahead again, group everything. Let's group these all together this time, and let's just slide the whole thing down a little bit. Maybe let's make it 3002. Oops, I didn't want to go that far. So let's go. You can see how you do that where it's in the strip. Now it's created that a little bit bigger. What we really wanted was 2902. No, I don't want it quite that far. So let's go up a little bit more. Let's do. See, now this is where I can get off a little bit, is I'll just start going and making changes until I get it to where I like it. Okay, I think that's good. So it's kind of nice. You can play with it, get it to where you want it to be. So let's go look at our first one. Slide 1. It would be nice. The one thing that would be nice if this was just a little bit bigger to click on. But so there's our slide 1 and there's our slide 2. So really easy to make changes to those slides. Now, if you want to add a slide, it's really easy. You just click on Manage Slides. Go down here, click Add New Slide, or you can duplicate a slide. So if you have a layout on a slide you want to reuse, just hit Duplicate Slide. And if you want to rename your slides, you just click on the circle, the 3 dots, click Rename, and it's super easy to just go rename your slides. So that makes a little more sense than slide 1 and slide 2. If you want to change the order, you can just click on a slide and drag it. So there we go. Now we've got the Wix on the bottom. I like the Wix on the top, so we're going to put it back. That's super easy to change the name or change the order. You can also delete a slide from here. So this is a nice little management for the slides. And then you can change the slide background if you want. You can do pictures. You can upload your own pictures. You can apply it to other slides, to colors, to a video. There's a number of settings you can do. There's opacity and color for that one. And then there's some more settings over here. So we've got autoplays on loading, which is what we have right now. You can set it so that people have to click on it if they want to go to the next slide and take it off autoplay. I think it's kind of fast between the slides. Let's go ahead and look real quick at our preview and you'll see what I mean. So I usually end up adjusting the speed of the slide. See, that's fast enough. You don't have time to read it. So this is where we would go make that adjustment. As we go click on our icon for settings, go down here. I'm going to change this to maybe 7 seconds. That still might not be long enough, but it's better than it was. You can choose to have no transition, crossfade, or fade in and out. I like the crossfade, so we're going to go ahead and leave that. And then how long that transition lasts. 1 second's great. You don't want to make it super long. And then if there's content that falls outside of the frame, then you can go ahead and hide that. So there's the different slideshow setting options. You can also change the layout. So we can show navigation arrows. So now we've got navigation arrows on the sides, on both sides, and we can change the size of those arrows. So say we really wanted those to stand out, then you could really change them. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to 15. We can offset it. Right now it's at 54. So say I did, let's do 20. So that's how far it is out from the left and the right. I like it a little more towards the center. So let's change that back to 54. Show slide buttons. So that's on there. And the settings, if we want to not see that, then we just click on that and then we can just pull it out. So here's our buttons down here at the bottom. And you can change the size of those two. Say we want these to be bigger. We could change this to 16s. Now it's a lot more obvious, but then it looks like the design too. So, but you can change that a little bit. Let's change that back to 6. You can change your offset on that. Let's say we change it to 20. So the offset is how far it is from that bottom. I'm going to move back up a little farther. And then you can change the spacing, how far apart they are from each other. Right now it's at 11. If we did like 15, that would pull them apart just a little bit. Let's make it really obvious though, so you can see. So there's 30. I'm going to go ahead and change it back to 11 because I liked that spacing. So a little bit on how to change the layout and look of that. And then we've got design. So there's actually a couple different options for the navigation buttons over here. So we've got arrows, we've got brackets, and then you can go change the color of the buttons and the selected buttons and the arrow brackets, arrows all right here. And then we've got just the plain brackets. You can change fill color and opacity on those too. So there's a few options there of different things you can do with the buttons and directions you can go with that. I like the arrows, so let's just go ahead and leave that on there. So that is the basics of slides, how to navigate around the slides, how to make some changes in the slides. So hope that was working for you and that you're able to make changes. Feel free to download this theme and work along with this. It's on the free Wix theme section. Again, hit subscribe and join our channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Have a great day.